Okay guys, so welcome back to a new episode. In this one we are talking about VTS stock or Victory Square Technologies, and we can see this one has seen a bit of an increase over the past few weeks and months, and obviously we talked about this one quite a while ago. The stock was only worth a few cents back then, but obviously over the past month we've seen a big increase of 53%. Since about the 29th onwards we've seen an even bigger increase, and to be honest guys, I do see a bit of a sell-off coming soon in my personal opinion. But going off that, the question is then potentially the perfect time to buy in? Well, of course, I am not a financial advisor, but I can give you my opinions in this video. If that sounds like a plan, guys, please do leave a like and subscribe. And of course, please do remember that, of course, penny stocks are quite risky, so do remember that as well. Keep that on board. And with that being said, you know what? We're going to jump straight into the episode. So guys, looking at this one over the past few days, we can see that Victory Square is now trading about 80 cents, and that doesn't sound too much, but you know what, if we look at how much we have gone up over the past month, we can see it is quite a significant spike indeed. Over the past 6 months, we've seen a bit more of a steady decline for the first period since it rocketed up to that current point of about 87 cents. From there, we shot down low ever so slowly, taking us down another 50% to the low point, which was about 37 cents, and from there, you know what, we rallied up a little bit, putting us at this current price up here of about 68 cents. Sold off a bit more from there, putting us down to 50, and you know what, we've been on a pretty steady incline ever since. But you know what guys, a bit more recently we have broken out a bit quickly, and in my opinion, like I've said, I would definitely see a bit of a sell-off coming very soon. And the reason for that is because yes, even though it is a fairly decent company, there is still some potential that it could go down a little bit due to the fact that so many people have got on board, and a lot more people will probably be taking profits and because of that. But you know what, looking at what the company does, there is some real potential here. So the reason why, and I've talked about this one before, I think it is quite an innovative company in the sense that what they specialize in is investing in other companies. And basically how the whole company business model works, they buy other smaller companies which are kind of in that startup phase, and then basically grow them over time. And I think this is a really clever business model in the sense that look at all these companies that they have helped to grow, and realistically, if you think about this one, you know, the funding that these companies can get through Victory Square is going to provide them with some big potential, and obviously Victory Square buying these companies allows them to diversify their revenue into multiple sectors as well. Honestly, it's a very clever business model in my personal opinion, and I can see big growth for this one in the future. So looking at it right now guys, the market cap isn't too big, it's only at 61.19 million, not the biggest in the world. And I think if we are going to see this stock increase a bit more, we're going to need to see a bit more of an increase in revenue and a bit more of an increase in overall market cap. Don't get me wrong guys, the business model is very good in my opinion, but you know what, it's still a bit of a speculative play. But for the long term, if you were to hold it, in my personal opinion, I think it could be a speculation that could potentially be worth it. When it comes to growth, I can see some big potential on this one, but I think that you do need to be patient in my personal opinion. And you know what guys, there really is some decent room for this one to go above $1, if not more, in the longer term future. So overall, if I was to be buying in this one, I would definitely leave it a day or two, or at least until that sell-off is potentially over, because yes, even though it is a decent company, it's shot up by so much over the past 2 or 3 or 4 days that I can see a bit of a decrease coming subsequently. Not necessarily a bad thing, in fact it is what I would like to see. And I think once that is over and it starts to flatten out a bit, I think we're definitely on a good path to see some stable growth, hopefully, slowly and steadily up until that $1 point and beyond. But overall, personally, I would not buy in until we saw a bit of a decrease in traction, because yes, even though the company is pretty decent, you know what, I'd like to see a bit of a decrease in investor retention for some time as people take their profits for a better buying opportunity. So I hope you enjoyed my opinion video guys. If you did, please do leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye until then.